Good afternoon, everyone. I hope everyone is having a great day and that they have had a productive week so far. So today, I'm talking again a little bit more on the mindset stuff. So this week is, of course, Mental Health Awareness Week. And for me, mental health is actually something that is very dear to my heart. As I have shared, and I'm very open about my personal experience, particularly last year, where I myself had a mental breakdown, and I had been diagnosed with an anxiety disorder. And those who know me well know that I'm not a naturally anxious person. Far from it. I'm the polar opposite to that. I'm very much a risk taker. I'm an all-in. I go for it. I just literally will give things a shot. So when the doctor diagnosed me last year with anxiety, it was to a certain degree, it was a bit of a wake-up call, but it didn't happen. That wake-up call didn't happen immediately, because ultimately I knew that I had to do the work on myself, and I knew that I had to go through a journey to be able to come out the other side. And it took me quite some time for me to be able to do that. And I have to say, being completely honest, it wasn't really until probably beginning of this year where I actually truly started to come out the other side of it. I don't think I actually even truly knew the extent in which my mental health had suffered. I know that when I reflect back now, that I was literally a shell of myself. I wasn't the person that I was, say 18 months ago, if not longer, nor was I the person that I am now. I've gone through such a change in myself in terms of, like I've shared many a time, my life is completely different to what it was 18 months ago. I'm, not in the same relationship I was. I'm not in the same career. I'm not in the same home. Pretty much everything in my whole entire life is different. And now I look at it and I'm actually excited by what could happen and what opportunities are out there for me, what my life could look like. Those who know me know that from the age of 13, I'd wanted to be a lawyer. So to now not be doing that and actually feeling free in terms of by the fact that I'm not doing that anymore. I didn't realize how, in actual fact, that career, what it was doing was actually suffocating me. And you just don't know these until you come out the other side. You don't realize actually, until you do that self-reflection, where what you were actually really were feeling at that moment in time. And for me, being where I am in terms of in my life, a lot of you will know yesterday was my birthday, and I'm getting closer and closer to the age of 40. I don't like to think about my actual age because I don't actually feel my age. But it's also, even that in a simple thing gives you a moment of reflection, because you think about, okay, what do I actually want out of my life? Where am I headed? And I think, in terms of the mental health side of things, I think it's about giving people hope. It's about giving people opportunity. It's about giving them the skills in which they can turn their life around. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that people that have mental health issues, their life may not even be in a mess, but there is obviously something in their minds that is holding them back or making them feel that they're not good enough, that they're not going to achieve the things that they want to, or, that they're not, questioning the career choice they're in, or questioning the family, whatever the trigger is that makes people feel that they aren't good enough. That is, for me, where I think there's got to be so much more work done. I'm not knocking medication. I chose not to take the medication because, for me, I genuinely wanted to get past everything. I wanted to do it myself. I wanted to find the tools, and I knew that I had learned some of the tools already, but I knew that I needed to continue to learn more. And it was by using those tools that I had read about, and my life coach had taught me, even my counsellor, all of these skills. And I know that sometimes medication is the only way, but for me, medication, some people need it to be able to move on to the next step. For me, it was a case of I didn't want to feel that fog. I didn't want to feel that it was masking what I was going through. What I wanted to do was to deal with what I was going through and actually process it and come out the other side and learn from my feelings, from my experiences. And actually, what is even more, for me, is so powerful is the fact that those experiences that I've gone through has taught me not only so much about myself, but it's also given me an insight in terms of the knowledge and the guidance that I can share with you guys, which is why I do these Facebook Lives. And I feel so passionate about what I'm working on behind the scenes. And, whilst I'm primarily at this moment in time focusing on business owners and entrepreneurs, I do hope that in the long term, particularly with the mindset stuff, I want to help as many people out there as I can. And I want to help as many people get, if they're in a crossroads in their life, they're suffering with their mental health, I want to help people come out the other side, having the techniques in which they can change their mindset so that they can achieve the things that they want to achieve, that they can actually even think about and have the capacity to think about what do they want out of life. And it was really interesting because I've been this week, I've been doing a challenge, which is with Dean Graziosi and Tony Robbins. Many of you may have heard of these people, but these for me are people who really genuinely inspire and motivate me. And they've had a number of different speakers within this challenge. And there was a guy called Trent Shelton that was on last night, and he himself is incredibly motivational. And some of the things that he was talking about, and he was talking about people's mission or their purpose, and he talks about that if your mission and purpose in life is strong enough, then it doesn't matter what struggle or challenge in which you face, the mission will be what stands out. That is what's going to push you through. That's what's going to motivate you. And it means that if the mission is strong enough, the fear isn't strong enough. It means that fear will, however big that fear is, that mission is always going to be more. And he talks about the fact that it's down to you as an individual to set the tone of your life. He talks about your mission being your magnet. He talks about the fact that your commitment to your purpose and your commitment to your mission, that when there are obstacles in the way, and that is when your commitment is exposed. That is when your true commitment will be demonstrated. And what I also found so interesting when he was sharing his perspective was the fact that he talks about that your vision and your purpose, your mission is yours, and it's yours alone. And that I've certainly had this experience where sometimes when I'm talking about what I'm doing with the business, and when I'm talking about my vision, my purpose, and I'm talking about, for example, the law of attraction, which is something that people who know me well know I talk about a lot. But when I talk about these things, it's a real, I have this passion inside me, and some people, they just don't understand it. They don't get it. They don't feel that vibe that I give in relation to it. And that's okay, because ultimately it's my vision, it's my purpose. And if people don't understand it, that's not their fault. That's not my fault. There's no blame. There's no fault. It's just a case of, you just have to remember it's yours, but just because somebody says that you can't do it or you shouldn't do it, doesn't mean that you don't do it. You have to hold on to what you believe in. You have to hold on to your vision. You have to hold on to your purpose, and that you just do what you feel is right for you. And it may be that all of these people are saying, you shouldn't do it, etc. And they will be saying it out of the goodness of their heart. They'll be saying it because they care about you. They're not doing it because, that they don't necessarily believe in you. But it's that in terms of their life and their mindset, they will then think that it's not necessarily plausible. But if you truly believe that you can achieve whatever your life purpose is, whatever your mission is, if you believe it, then you can achieve it. And I used this phrase the other day from Jack Canfield, and I have to try and remember it off the top of my head now, but effectively it's whatever the mind can effectively see, it can achieve it. And I'm going to find the precise wording, because it's such a powerful phrase. And it is, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. And this is what I'm saying to you is if you truly believe that you can achieve something, if you truly believe that, you have this particular life purpose, this mission, then do it. And there will be days, there will, and I put a post up on my Facebook story today, where sometimes there are days when you just don't feel that great. We all have them, we're human. But I think the key thing that I would say is, don't give up. Keep going. Put that one step in front of the other. Even if you just do one thing that day that takes you towards your goal, then do it. Just one thing. Even if you don't feel that great, you just do that one thing, and at least it is a step forward. If you can do 3 things, brilliant. If you can do 5 things, even better. But the point is the fact that each day you do at least one thing that will take you towards your goal, and that is part of your purpose and your mission. So I hope that what I have shared with you today, that some of you get some value from. All I would say is, although what I've shared today, I think really is can be for anybody. It's not just in relation to business owners and entrepreneurs, but I'm sure you guys have heard me talk about this. I've got the SLJ Business Network. The whole point of that is for business owners and entrepreneurs and senior people in business to come into a network where they can share ideas, where they can discuss. It's an environment, it's an open environment. And the whole point of why I set it up is it's basically where I want business owners to feel safe to be able to share, whether it's to share a challenge, whether it's to share a hint tip. It's not just for me, it's about a community. So if you want to join it, it's, like I said, all you got to do is find the SLJ Business Network. It's a Facebook group. You just got to, just come in, say hello to everyone and utilize it. So I hope, like I said, you've had some benefit from what I've shared with you today. I will be back, no doubt, live again tomorrow with some more hints and tips. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope that everybody has a great rest of the day and evening, and I will see you all soon. Take care.